What up, words? Your boy Toe with the Good Gossip Podcast. We do everyday conversation in the barbershop. Today I want to talk to y'all about happiness. What do happiness mean to you? Just take a few seconds. Not what it means to your spouse, your mother or your father, your kids, the people that work with you, your inner circle. None of these people, your family members. But what does happiness mean to you? Let me say what the definition of happiness is. Happiness is a feeling or showing pleasure. Also, it is having a sense of confidence or satisfaction with a person, an arrangement, or a situation. Are you satisfied with people in your life, with arrangements or situations? Too often we get over there and we let other people dictate these things. I'm one of the people that I try not to let people bother me. Situations bother me. Anything I can't control, I don't worry about. Are you one of those people that allows people to affect your happiness? I hope by the end of this podcast is that you will have a newfound sense of what happiness really is. My mother died on me. A lot of people said me and my family should have handled it different because we didn't show a lot of, for them, grievement. We didn't grieve properly. That was grieving the word, I'm sorry. Right? But when you sit there and you watch your mother, who was up and moving around, active, and weighed a certain pound, or weighed a different weight than what she did, and I saw cancer eat her up. It was hard to have joy, but I still had to have it. So when my mother died, I wasn't happy that she died, but I was happy that she was out of her misery. If y'all never dealt with cancer, it's bad to see your loved one just, all of their functions just leave them. So it was hard. Another situation I had to deal with, and some of my family might not like me talking about it, but it was me and my uncle. Me and my uncle was tight. Not to have grew up in the same area. We were super tight. Talk 8-9 times a day sometimes about any little thing, life, football, finance. One of my other uncles said we were more brothers than we were uncle and nephew. And he took his own life a few years ago. And dealing with that hurt. But how I dealt with it was I told people that I can't walk into the situation not really respecting his feelings, because when he did what he did, he went in and he found his own happiness. Was it true happiness? Not for me, but I can't say what his happiness was, is because when he did what he did, he said at this point, this is the only thing that can bring me happiness. But what I do know is the way we lay down is the way we wake up. Still gonna have to answer for the way we go out. And why would I go around and be sad for the rest of my life when he went for his happiness? Do I miss him? Yes. Do I miss the conversation? Yes. Do I miss seeing him and hugging him and telling him how much I care about him? Yes. But too often we get caught up in letting those situations stop us from moving on and really having joy. Scientists say that it's three key things to having happiness. Pleasure, doing something you enjoy. Get back to what you used to like to do if you're not happy right now. I love to go fishing and hunting. That's my thing. That gives me a joy like none other. You have a lot of people that get out there, and they go fishing. They don't catch no fish. They gone. I can stay out there all day long, as long as I get a nipple. Long as the fish nibble at my worm. I know they're out there. But I do it for the enjoyment. It says the first thing is to have pleasure in doing something that you love. If you like going to the mall and you hadn't did it in a minute, go do it. If you like to go to church, and I know the COVID came in and it changed how we handle church and not going in, but if sitting in that church brought you joy, go back. If hanging with family brings you joy, start to do it. And I know family ain't like it used to be, and we don't get together, but you be that change that bring joy back in your family. Man, it don't take much to feed nobody. You can feed people under $100. And I'm talking about a lot of people. Now, you ain't going to have no carry-out. Might not have 40 slabs of ribs, but you can enjoy. Be that change that you want. It's just going to a Jackson State, Alcorn, a Valley football game. Do that. If it's sitting at home watching reality shows, watch them. Can't nobody determine or tell you what you can't do. If it's just going around me and looking at old cars or going to get out the bed and go to, if you like to do stuff, go to Home Depot, man. Go look at cars. Do something that gets you up, because we have came so confined to the house, we forget about the things that bring us joy. The second characteristic of happiness is engagement and feeling interested in your activities and connected to others. Along some of the things I just said, we have become so adapted to getting on our phone and only doing that. People can sit on their phone for hours. I know those reels and those TikToks will get you. But you gotta have a feeling of engagement. We wasn't put on this earth to only watch TikToks and reels. Only watch TV. Get back engaged. Some of my best time is when I'm around my friends. Me personally, I don't have to go to the club to have a good time. Just as long as I can be around my friends, it's all good. Because I love that engagement with people. We got to get back to that. Family members. That's what for me, it's being in the barbershop. Being in the barbershop brings me so much peace and so much joy, y'all just don't know. That's why I do it. The third characteristic is meaning. Feeling like what you do really matters. Get back to the point when you're helping people. Helping people can bring you joy. Too often, we get over there and we don't want to do stuff that matters anymore. Man, when I can sit and talk to a young person and help them and let them understand what life is, and because a lot of times with young people, we go over their head, and I try to get on their level and tell them something. But just to see young people get it, man, that's amazing. It may be going down and helping the homeless for you, but let it have meaning. And when you let it have meaning, everything come to perspective. And that's what life is about. We got to get back, man, where we just don't feel anymore like it's just another day. It's just another year. We're not going to be here long on this earth. We should enjoy it. Get back to finding what gives you pleasure, what gives you engagement, and what gives you meaning. And when you can pass that on, because one thing about being happy, it's contagious. I never forget, I had a guy young years ago, and when I was at my first shop, I did a lot of foolishness that wasn't right. And we would listen to cussing music, shoot dice in the shop. We was young. We done as foolish young men do. But I'll never forget, one day, this guy came in. Didn't know him. And me and my daddy's son, we was laughing with each other. And he was a barber with me at that time. That what we did was we went back and forth and we kept the shop happy. And it was a man, and he was laughing the whole time. He said, man, y'all funny. And we kept going back and forth, and the man, he was just smiling because when he came in, he was down. And I cut his hair, and as he was leaving out the door, I will never forget what he said. He said, I want to thank y'all. He said, because I was going to go kill myself. And I wanted to get a haircut for the last time. But he was like, now, after being in here, seeing what y'all and laughing, I knew my life had purpose. It had meaning. Walked out the door, never saw him again. So your happiness can be contagious. So you don't never know when your happiness or your joy would jump off on somebody else. And it may even save a life. So I hope y'all got something out of this, man. Like you said, we trying to just change in a different way. Change the negative stuff about this world and put a positive spin on it. And once you do that, everything else work out. And like I always said, make sure you push the purpose. Love.